Guys, I hope you guys saw the video earlier, but before we get into our discussion, I would like to welcome you all to For Kids Paradise right here on Joy Prime. I go by the name Danny Highest, and today my panels are
Juanita,
Henrietta Love.
Firdaus.
okay. So guys, Charlie, the video, no, I could see a lot of people were exaggerating.
They were lying like,
hey,
four times
in the
a day.
morning.
It's already 2 o'clock. I've not washed my hands today.
Anyway, how the person could count? Like, hey, Charlie.
I honestly only wash my hand in the morning and when I come back from school. And when I'm going to eat, that's like the only time I wash my hand.
Yeah, no.
Okay, even pertaining to the video, a lot of children have, invented machines purposely for the washing of hands during this Corona season. Because this Corona season has, enforced the process of washing of hands and everything. So I think some children have done really, really well. Yeah. And today too, we have a guest. He goes by the name Ben Lati. He will join us very shortly. And he is the officer for Glenedo. Yes. So guys, Charlie, how many times you people wash your hands? I want to have your views.
I wash my hands in the morning. And we have break 2 times. So first break and second break, that's 3. And
Hey, are you sure?
When I come home, so 4 times.
Yeah, let's tell lie.
No. No, so it's 4 times. Actually, it's 4 times. I'm not exaggerating. It's 4 times because I wash in the morning. First break, second break, and then when I come home.
Okay, what about you, Love?
In the morning, after school, then when I'm about to eat and finish eating. So.
Okay, so I wash my hand when I'm going to bath, because when I'm bathing there, that one there, you wash your hand. So, and then when I'm about to eat too, I wash my hand. When I come back from school, I bath, so
Okay.
that one too, I wash
So
my
we
hand.
continue on the discussion right after this short break. So stay tuned. Yeah, kindly welcome from that short break, and we have our guest in the studio with us. So Uncle Ben Lati, please, you're welcome.
Most. Good to be with you.
Yeah.
And how was your weekend?
My weekend, there's stress.
Really?
Yeah, stress.
That's good. I hope all of you washed your hands this morning. You told all your friends about how it was yesterday. Right, good.
Okay, so before you even joined us, we watched some videos, and we are watching how some people have invented some machines for the exhibition of hand washing. So, what's your view on that?
All right, yesterday you should have been at the Kwame Nkrumah Interchange, known as Dubai, to see 17 inventors. I mean, they were all 17 different kinds of hand washing, machines of equipment that have been invented by some persons in Ghana. But what is so fascinating is that there was a child like you who did also a hand washing machine for hand washing, and it was very, very interesting seeing how she demonstrated how it should be used, and people really, really liked the whole show. So for the whole of yesterday, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., we had thousands and thousands of people testing all the 17 innovations that were displayed at the Circle Interchange.
Okay, so someone may want to ask, what's actually hand washing? Hand washing. How should one, wash his or her hand?
Well, can you lick your hand as it stands right now?
No.
That is the more reason why you should wash your hands. Because coming to this studio, perhaps we all washed our hands. However, we may have touched certain surfaces at this studio where perhaps there might be some kind of contaminations and things. Therefore, you need first and foremost to get water. That is very, very important. Then the most important element for hand washing is soap. Any hand washing without soap is just wetting your hands. There's a difference between washing your hands and wetting your hands. And I know most of your friends practice wetting of hands when it comes to food. So we must be very, very careful to stress the need for washing of hands. So once you get the water, you get your soap, you then put your hand under running water, not stagnant water, because once you wash in the bowl, all the germs still contains in the bowl. So you are just recycling the germs in your hands, right? So at the running water, put your soap in your hands. Rub your hands so gently in between fingers, your fingernails, behind your fingers, and all those things, your ribs, your elbow, and all those, because sometimes when the soap comes, You know, we did the licking and all those things. Sometimes we lick behind our shoes, especially with the abankwan and fufu when you are eating. I mean, in Africa, we don't use forks to take something like fufu. I don't remember the last time you ate fufu with fork. And here also, if you don't wash all these things properly, especially the finger, those where you find the black edges in there, you now begin to, swallow your own germs. And sometimes when you go to the toilet, despite the fact that you use the tissue paper, there's there's a very likelihood of some leakages of your fecal matter in your hands. And if you don't wash them properly, they can get into your fingers. You understand? And because you like your soup so much, you may, add some more spices or feces into your soup, and that would be one of the most lovely things that will get you to be running diarrhea and cholera testing, and you begin to infect people. So once you wash, scrub the water in your hands. You scrub the water, washing between fingers, under fingers, all behind the soup, and then wash properly. All right. So the first step is that get your water, soap, and the running water, rub and wash every part of your hands.
Okay, so earlier on you mentioned that it's very important for us to wash our hands. So what's the reason behind it being important?
Like I asked him a question, if he can lick his hands right now, he says no. Why? Because he had a suspicion that perhaps there might be germs in his hands. So the likelihood that every day you have germs in your hands is 30%, 100%. Because now, in whatever you do, your hands are the most useful, tools you have so far as your mouth is concerned, as far as food is concerned. So the first importance is that if you cannot use anything apart, of all your bodies, if you cannot use any part of your body, but your hands are the only means by which you get food into your hands, then that is one of the most important aspects of what? Hand washing. Secondly, in fact that, we shake a lot, we hold a lot of things a lot. So if you hold all these things and then you don't wash your hands, then you easily contaminate people. And once you begin contaminating people, it means that you are spreading the germs. We need to stop spreading the germs, but what? That is it. So that's one of the, and then the last important aspect is that, when COVID came, but then we haven't gotten the vaccines. Neither have we gotten any medicine. But one of the safest way that we could prevent COVID was what?
To wash our hands.
So do you not get what of the importance of COVID?
Yes.
Now, but for hand washing, the infection of COVID would have been so much. Because you go to the room, you touch your door. You do everything by touching, and then social distancing, and not shaking hands and all those things. And in Africa, for me, if I go to a Charlie. So by the time I feel Charlie, if I have the coronavirus in my hands, all of you go. So if you want me to shake you right now, you must be very good. That's right. No hand shaking. That's it. So
okay, so has hand washing, been encouraged by as a result of COVID-19?
Wow. I know. I said sometimes I give credit to COVID-19, but sometimes I also feel sad because, I lost a couple of friends to COVID, and it's my closest friend who died of COVID. I lost almost 4 close friends to COVID. But what I have come to learn, looking at the versions displayed yesterday, realize that all these things wouldn't have been triggered if COVID had not come and people seeing the need for hand washing, and therefore people finding various innovative ways of getting all these machines in place so that we can also be able to fight COVID using hand washing. So now, look, these days you no longer go using the barrica because when you have to use the tap, you can now use the paddle and the water is coming. You understand me? So all these and many other, you can even use the sensor. There is one that you just put your hand behind and then the soap comes, the water comes. You should have been there yesterday to retry your hands on some of them. And you'd have realized that COVID has also led technological development in hand washing. Okay. So that's one of the things. The second aspect is the fact that now you go to every institution and even in your schools, you cannot, when you don't wash your hands, you are not allowed into school. And therefore, that is one of the things that COVID has really triggered for hand washing.
Okay, so can you kindly tell us the difference between the using of soap to wash your hands and sanitizer?
Good. That's a very, very good question. I'll buy you chocolate when I go out because these questions have been so much. I do not say don't use sanitizers. You can't use sanitizer, but sanitizer is a stopgap. If I am at a funeral or like I am here, we don't have hand washing facilities here, and I needed to take in something. Sanitizer is an alcohol-based sanitizer. It just stops the germs, so it blocks the germs from entering to my mouth. But then it is advisable that as soon as you get home, you wash your hands. So for sanitizer, it's a temporary measure. But for hand washing, it's a permanent and most important thing that you must do every day, every time, at any given moment. For hand washing, you cannot excuse hand washing. For sanitizer, right at home when you have water and everything, would you go for sanitizers? So that is the issue.
Okay.
So, Uncle, please, yesterday you mentioned
warm water and cold water, which one is the best to use?
Goodness, my sister. can you really feel comfortable using ice water to wash your hands? I mean, it will be terrible. I don't know how you feel. I haven't tried that before, and I don't think I would advise you to try that one. Well, in some cases, the water may be a little bit cold, as you may find, but then as much as possible, use ordinary water and not. Sometimes even if you use warm water, it enhances the washing much better because you see the heat together with the soap. I mean, gets it much more done, and you also feel some goodness using the warm water. And in some shop bars and some restaurants, they give you as warm water with lime. It's all to, I mean, speed the issue of trying to get the germs out because heat also kills germs. Is that not true? That's school history. Okay. I haven't heard of you. Right.
Please, yes, you mentioned yesterday you guys you organized some inventions that were showcased yesterday.
Showcasing of some of inventions.
Yes.
Yeah.
So please, when did you face any difficulties encouraging people to wash their hands?
Very, 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 especially people like you. You don't like washing your hands at all. You know, I've been to many schools and I realized that look, the vertical buckets are there, and you people are not using them. And you see, there's this kind of lifestyle that you young girls have put, especially the young girls. You put the sanitizer by your back.
And boys.
I would say girls. No, because I did my study on girls. And you know, they put the sanitizer there, meanwhile they don't use it. And they have these perfume sanitizers. It's just that you want to impress people that your perfume, like your sanitizer sounds nice, or you're trying to kill the germs in your hands. I do not dispute that, but I'm saying that we should cultivate the culture of washing our hands. Because hand washing is one of the most effective ways to stop the germs and to stop the spread. So that you should be an agent of what? Saving lives rather than an agent of what? Destroying lives. So once you don't wash your hands and you begin to shake your friends and begin to hold them and pick their things, then you are spreading the germs and you are going to kill them very soon.
Okay. So, Uncle, some of my friends in school, when we finish washing our hands, some of them use towel to close the tap. Why?
Oh, I don't think it's a very good behavior to do that. Because when you use the towel, what's the essence of using the towel? You need a clean towel to what? Dry your hands. But that towel does not necessarily count as it's not there for you to clean the tap. What you can do once you are when you wash your hands is what? Rinse the tap. Because once you're using the tap, you realize that with the soap in your hands, you touch the tap and then you find the remains of the soap on the tap. So then you have to rinse it. But if you use the towel to clean the tap, I mean, you haven't rinsed the tap, you understand? You've already transferred the germs in your hands into the towel. When someone comes back and also what? Comes to use the towel, or it's even advisable not to use the same towel. Because communal towel is not accepted in global hand washing. It's not proper way of trying to have hand hygiene.
Okay. So, Uncle, please, how can you be cautious of hand washing? Because we are all human beings. Sometimes we do forget, like, oh, at this point I have to wash my hands. So, as a human being, how can it occur to you to know?
One of the things I keep on telling my people, and whenever I have this opportunity, is that know that you can kill yourself and you can kill somebody any day, any time, any minute, once you refuse to wash your hands. Because at any given time, your hands is one of the various and the most easiest way that you can transfer whatever knowledge you have to somebody. You can transfer any germs to your head. Now that we do that with your legs, perhaps your body, maybe it might be stressed, but then it's known. And God has created it in such a way that the hands are the best things that we can use to communicate and get in touch with people. So always be conscious that I don't want to kill somebody. I always want to save life. I want to save myself. I don't want to destroy my family, my friends. I'd love to see you next time. So I will not shake you if my hands are dirty. I'll make sure that you also don't shake me when your hands are dirty. Make sure that you save my life, I save your life. Make sure that you also tell somebody, look, it is good to wash his hands and wash your hands before you eat. And every given moment you know that, look, the moment or the time has come. But there are some critical times that you cannot avoid washing your hands. Once you want to touch food, you must wash your hands. Once you come back from school, you must wash your hands. Because some of you come back having hold your friends and not been sat all know those things and you don't wash your hands. 2, the moment you come from the toilet. As for that one, don't ever leave the toilet without washing your hands. Please. Then you are coming with what? Bombs to kill people. Do you know that a little bit of feces has a lot of microorganisms in them? You know that? Yes. So please don't ever bring bombs into our homes or onto your friends. Then tell me, anytime you touch any surface or you do anything, right? And then lastly, never, 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 never forget to wash your hands if you have to use your hands to touch your face, your nose, or your mouth, or any other thing. So that is the issue.
Okay, uncle, like right now as I'm standing here, then my face is itching me, and then like it's itching me so bad, so I should run and go and wash my hand and come and itch my face, and come and scratch my face.
Good. It's a very good question. Which one would you want? Kill yourself or save yourself? Which one would you like?
Save yourself.
Save yourself.
But the way that, like, you know that kind of feeling, like your face is itching you, and then how can you run and go and wash your hand and come and scratch?
Okay, so you decide for me. If, like, I'm also standing here, if I want to hold your face hand with my hands, would you be happy?
No.
So don't do that to yourself. Please, let's try as much as possible to be very. That's why I like his question very well. Saying that, how can we be conscious of hand washing? You know, as you stand here right now, I do not know you have washed your hands, but I don't know whether you touch anything before. You are even not sure whether your hands are clean. You are even not sure whether, entering this room, you heard somebody's telephone, and if the door, the entrance to this studio, you may not know. So let's always be cautious and aware of our environment and aware of things that may easily get us infected, or we getting people infected. So that is the kind of over-exaggeration that hand washing is so difficult. That is why he said that, how can it be? That's the difficulty of hand washing. It is when you don't want to pay attention to it, and when you just feel that you can just go over it, that is where you begin to be an agent of trouble causing through your hands.
Okay, so I wish there could be more time for us to have more discussion about this issue. But Uncle, can you have or say some few words to our viewers out there?
Look, my last words to especially the youth like you. The sanitizer star, please put it aside. Concentrate on hand washing and not just wetting of hands. There's a difference between, they all start with W, wetting of hands and washing hands. Stop wetting your hands and wash your hands. And when washing your hands, please do well to do it under running water with soap, and then never do communal hand washing where the whole of you have washing in one basin. Never use the communal towel as well. Try as much as possible. And please, for the four of you, I want to leave a message with you. Be ambassadors of hand washing. I will be following you up, and I'll be finding out. I will even come to your school to see that after this program. How many people have you spoken to about hand washing? And I thank God that you do. But before I leave, I want to say a very happy birthday to Madam Agnes.
Okay.
14th October was her birthday, and wish her happy birthday.
Okay. So on that note, we would like to wrap up on the CPS segment. But don't forget to keep washing your hands, because that's the only way you can make your body and health safe. So up next is the word of the day segment. Stay tuned.